Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the ado and kindly view me on YouTube.
My fellow Americans, I am Lloyd Mendenhall, the Grumpy Vlogger. I am running for President of the United States of America in the 2020 election. I will be running on the Indem Republican ticket. I, along with my running mate, James Boyd from Above and Beyond Drones, would like your support. We stand for nothing, and we won't stand for anything. Remember, bite me. Vote for me, and I will set you free. Paid for by the Grumpy Vlogger Campaign Committee. And I approve this message. Thank you. Okay, folks, we're here. I made it. I got to sit back and I got my coffee made. Got me a cold drink, soda pop in my official Rodney Bell sippy cup. And without any further ado, let's bring in, whoops, let me get over here where I can do that. Let's bring in my co-host. Hey, Tater, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, boys and girls and cockeyed squirrels? How y'all doing tonight?
It's going to be a fun show, I can already tell.
Yeah.
What you been up to, buddy? We haven't talked in forever.
Man, it's been a good while. I've just been working my butt off. You know, the more that they put on me, the more it seems like I can take, the more they put on me. So I'm just rolling with it.
That's something, you and I've talked on the phone in the past, and it's been a while.
Oh, yeah.
I've had you on my show before, haven't I?
Yes, I was one of the first guests, or the first guest. Yeah.
I think you were my very first one. And,
yeah, it's been a long time.
God, that's been a while. And I knew you'd been busy and doing other stuff. And, but one thing I don't think I ever asked, what is it that you do?
I am a SAP security system administrator. I work with SAP security and basis for a very, very large telecommunications company.
That's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah. At my age, you could have told me yesterday and I'd have forgot by today. So, yeah.
That's just I know. I don't remember there's a saying that says that you can remember a song you heard at a specific time in 1985, but you can't remember what you had for breakfast yesterday.
That's the truth of it. There, the song Elvira by the Oak Ridge Boys?
Oh, yeah.
First time I heard. Yeah, exactly. Giddy up, boom, pop,
my heart's on fire.
That's it. That song.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that on the first date I ever went out with my wife. Heard it that night.
Oh, my goodness.
The band was playing it, doing a cover on it. They didn't call it a cover back then. They were just playing the friggin' song.
Yeah.
It's a cover, so I don't know
why. Oh, yeah.
But anyways, that's what they call it now. But anyways, and believe it or not, I heard that. I'd never heard it until that. It's like, we actually left that bar because like, God, if this thing was any slower, I'm going to fall asleep. This is not a dancing song. And I wanted to get close and cuddle, but, that was
That's
ridiculous.
what I'm talking about.
But
heck yeah, you know what was going on. You got Miss Judy out there. That's when you go slip the DJ $5 and you're like, hey, man.
Yeah, pick it
play
up.
Some slow stuff.
This was a live band. This was a live band.
Oh, it's a live band?
Yeah, and they were playing it, and they were good. But there's a little hole-in-the-wall bar that she knew about, had a small dance floor, and there's a funny story that goes with that, too. We were doing a
sounds like it worked, whatever y'all did.
Whatever it was, yeah. She was doing a fast dance that night. We were dancing some music, and she was just really shaking it. And she she was like 98 pounds and wore size 0 pants, tight
Oh
blue
man.
jeans. And, it was just
Oh
right up my
yeah.
creek, man. I
That's what
married
I'm
way out
talking
of my
about.
class, I'll tell you.
I did too. I did too. I still ask her, hey, what did I do? But
Yeah.
she
And,
tells me every now and then, man, I should have tried. I'm a lot older than my wife is. I'm like 12 years older than my wife.
oh,
And
okay.
so it's kind of weird because she just went to her 20-year class reunion Friday night.
Right.
And I don't even know how mine is. But, I'm young at heart. So,
Yeah. Well,
I don't consider myself as old as I am. But
Judy, Judy's got me by a couple of years, and I always said, she raised her husband the way she wanted.
that's right. Hey, it
But
takes them a while, but they mold us into exactly what they
exactly,
want.
that's it. But she was doing this dance, and like I said, she was wearing some really tight Wranglers, and
Ooh,
it was a
yeah.
small dance floor, and she ended up in front of this table, and we didn't realize we weren't paying attention. We were watching each other, and all of a sudden we hear this guy go, "Oh my God!" And she turns around and looks, and he's holding his chest. He says, "You shake that in front of me one more time, I'm going to die."
Oh my God. See,
Embarrassed the
you're
hell
already
out of me.
having to fight them off right
Yeah,
there.
I knew I was.
Hey,
I knew
that makes
either
you
I.
feel good.
That's the reason. And so she sat down right after that, and just like, because she was very bashful and
That's that's when you
very
had to step your
outspoken, but
game
she
up.
could. Yeah, she did that, and she goes. She says, "Well," I said, "Let's wait for one more song," and then they started playing Elvira. I said, "Okay, this is this." This song's not worth dancing to. Let's go. I didn't know it. I heard that song
Hmm.
every day on the radio, at least once a day, every day, from that first date until the day I married her.
I'll be
So
dang. Now
that
that's
was so I can say I remember exactly what I was doing when I first
right.
time I heard that song.
Hey,
But
Elvira's
anyways,
still pretty good looking old gal now.
oh
She's holding
yeah,
her own.
yeah, I
Uh,
saw her on a video the other day. It was just unbelievable. I'm going,
I
God,
saw her.
some of
Apparently,
us
she was
ate
on that Discovery show for Count's Customs, and she's friends with the guy, the Danny, the Count guy that owns that place. And he was doing some work on her T-Bird. She drives a classic
right.
T-Bird, and she's got like a spider web grill and all
Mm-hmm.
this furry stuff. I mean, it's exactly what you'd expect her to drive.
Right.
And man, I was like, wow, honey, you the love's been good for you now.
Yeah, it has.
'Cause,
And she's. Have you seen her without her makeup?
yeah, she
She.
still looks great without her makeup.
Yeah,
I'd prefer to have her outfit on.
yeah. Well, yeah. That's because we're guys. What can I say? That goes without saying. Anyways,
I
I
love
want to
that
do a little
outfit.
housekeeping before we get before
Okay.
this show goes completely down the. I think it already
Yeah,
has,
we're
but
already going off the rails.
yeah. All right, let me. I got to put my glass on so I can read the chat. That's the only thing. I got to have my glasses on.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
we're getting old.
yeah. Okay. Mitch, thank you for joining us. Rick Halber, welcome. Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, he is my graphics guy. And Oklahoma droner Matt, our token millennial, is here. Awesome. And let's see, we got Rick, we got Peter Carroll. All right, another Aussie here. And we got Help at Home Jim. He's one of my early subscribers too. And
Man, he's a good dude, isn't he?
yeah, yeah, you just can't get a nicer guy than him. He's just
They all are. Rick and Steve and
yeah,
Matt and all those guys. I
right.
mean,
They're all
that's
good.
why we keep coming back every week because it's just such good people.
Well, and that's it. That's the reason I keep doing the show is because I know everybody. I feel like I know everybody personally. I've spoke to a lot of you
Yeah,
guys on
me
the phone
too.
too. And
Hmm.
we got Thomas O'Sullivan. I was looking at Peter Carroll and Thomas
Peter
O'Sullivan.
Carroll.
Yeah, and the two
Yeah.
crossed. Thomas
What's up, Thomas?
O'Sullivan. All right, and let's see who else we got here. We got Mitch and Steve Carpenter. Glad you made it. Yeah, I see he's in
Yeah,
the house.
Steve
Yeah,
is.
and
We
let's
got
see what
Nightbot.
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 Yeah, she's always
Thanks
hounding
for
me.
stopping in.
Yeah, and of course I can't forget Jody, Mr. Drone Shots, and
That's
it's
right.
always
Drone shots. He's there every week too.
yes. And that's what I like is I got all the regular people that come in here, and it makes my
Hmm.
show worth doing. And This has been kind
It
of a change
does.
up for me because, I started doing this and then I started by myself and then Mel and I got to know each other and we started doing it together and since he's working a different shift now or working longer shift and can't do this
Hmm.
and it's been good for me because it's allowing me to kind of put my own little spin and twist on
Spin
stuff
on it, yeah.
and not only that I get a chance to have a different guest every week, and a
Hmm.
new guest, another guest host, and so and I appreciate you uh,
Oh
stepping in to
yeah.
do that for me. And
Hey, anytime, man. You just give me a yell.
yeah,
I'll be
I'll
happy to
try.
do it. I'm
Last
always
week I
glad to be
called you up
in.
and it's like, I didn't know what was going on, and it's like, yeah, I gave you like about 1 day's notice, and you
Yeah,
couldn't do it. So, but
yeah. I was stuck.
uh, so you've been out bow hunting, right?
Not yet. I've been
Not
out
yet.
shooting my bow.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
getting ready to bow hunt. I was just getting the old muscles stretched out and everything, and
Yeah.
getting my rotator cuff worked up again, and shooting some targets. And I was really worried I wasn't going to hit the whole target, so I put up a bunch of stuff behind it. And I just
Right.
moved into this house about a year and a half ago, and I haven't shot my bow outside. And
Right.
so I there's a swimming pool a couple of houses over, but the way the backyards come at an angle, if
Mm-hmm.
an arrow was to go through there, it would go right by the swimming pool. I didn't want to go explain to that old lady, "Hey,
That's
need to
just
get one of
something.
my arrows out of your diving board there."
Yeah. Yeah. Or explain why her swimming above ground pool was leaking all over the place.
I tell you what, yeah. Well, it's an in-ground pool,
Oh, it is.
which
Okay.
yeah, it's a nice pool, but
Yeah.
the thing about it is there's something about shooting a bow that is really zen-like, and I know it's hard to describe, but if you're having a lot of troubles, that's Greg.
It is.
Um, I told you. If you're
Very cool.
shooting a bow, whenever you are aiming at the
Hey, Greg.
target, you actually don't think about anything else.
I'm doing good. How about you? Why? Which version is that? Oh, yeah, no. There's no way I'm using. As unlucky as Wire Crash is, I'm not using number 13. That would make it even worse.
Yeah, heck no.
Mark says, no.
It's working.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work as it is. Why would I want to add the bad luck of 13 working?
Yeah, you heard
Okay.
about what happened to those Apollo guys.
Yeah, like he said. You heard what happened to those Apollo guys. Apollo 13 didn't fare well, and I think they're using the same software to run the Wirecast.
Yeah. It's, the
Okay.
NASA engineers that got fired.
Okay. All right. Well, my show's on, right? Of course. That's why you're calling. Yeah, right. Sure.
He didn't forget.
Really?
Our internet outage. Okay.
After all. Oh, okay. Well, you got internet
Yeah.
now, so you can watch, right? Okay. All right. We'll catch you later.
I'm surprised he hasn't sent one of those letters, to the internet people that have all of the magazine letters cut out and glued on there, Fix my internet or else,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
know. He's actually been doing pretty good lately since they upgraded the national broadband NBN. Once they finally got that
Yeah.
done, it's doing good. But yeah,
He was probably the first one in line. They're like, we need to get this guy going once we got this up because he
yeah.
is.
Once they got it into his area, the problem was that they didn't know where to. The old network tied in somewhere, and they weren't sure where to tie it in at. So
Man, you want to hear a really funny story,
sure,
real quick? When I was in college, I was going through. I had got a job working in a help desk for an internet service provider.
right?
And back then, they didn't have a lot of the stuff they do now, but they had news groups, and that's where you'd go to get a lot of stuff was news groups. A lot of pirates would go there and get software and different things. Well, there was a guy, a lot of people got their porn through news groups. Well, there's
Right.
this one guy, and I worked the swing shift from like 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. And this guy would call almost every night, and he would get the same agent, and it was the little bit meekest little guy we had, and he would have that kid in tears, literally just crying, because he'd get a few drinks and he'd cuss that guy that poor guy, and we finally developed a procedure just for that guy. If he calls, you tell him to do this, this, and this, and it was because they were shutting down a lot of the news groups at the time.
Right.
We weren't subscribing to them through our ISP because there was a lot of weird,
Right.
child porn and different things
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
got on there. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
didn't want to have anything to do with it. So he got really mad that we were shutting down all of his porn. And he was something else. He put it on speaker and he talked like Jack Nicholson. And he would get on there and he'd say, Jeremy, I know you can do something for me, but you've got to work with me, and he would just, oh my God, I'm surprised the kid didn't quit. He needed a job bad, I guess, but he,
Apparently. Yeah.
yeah, he would have
That's
that guy in tears. And I was always
uh,
thinking, please God, don't let him call my phone. Because it was a round robin, because
right.
I'm like,
Right.
I'm going to end up saying something and get fired over this deal because, I'm not going to take anybody cussing me like that over some internet. But we actually had people bring their laptop to where our little tech support was. It was in a windowless building. They had
Right.
us in the separate building with no windows, and there were two pass card keys, and people would go outside and smoke. And people would come up with their laptop. Look, I know you guys are the internet tech support people, and I got this problem, and blah blah blah. And we're not supposed to do that because there's no
Right.
way to log a ticket or track the call or who
Yeah.
said what. So man, we got some really interesting, and it was right next to a bar. I mean, and on Friday and Saturday nights, it got really interesting
I'll bet it
because
did.
we went outside smoking, and we heard something going on, and around behind the building, in between the bushes in the building, there's a guy on his Harley, and he had this woman on this thing laid up, and they were getting it down. I mean, it was like, wow. And then there was a couple of guys in there were like, look, you don't need to see this. Everybody just stay over here. But man, the stories we had, it was so much fun though. We had a blast. We'd be building computers in there and seeing who could. We were installing Slackware Linux on all the
Right.
boxes to get Enlightenment, which was the operating system. They had all the decorated windows, and
Right.
it was fun.
Yeah.
That was back when you had to do jumpers on the motherboards to get all the voltage
Oh,
settings and
right.
stuff.
Right. Right. Yep. Yeah. I
But
remember
yeah,
them
we
days.
built computers, and we'd all bring our own personal computers and set up another monitor in our little cubicles, our little booth. And
Right.
when there wasn't any calls, we would be playing Quake on the network. So,
God, that's how far back was
oh
that?
man, oh, I think this was in like 94, 95, something like
94,
that.
95. Boy,
Yeah.
that was when the computer world was really starting to kick it. That's when
Yeah,
it
that's
first took
when
off.
3DFX. Remember 3DFX
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Voodoo cards?
Yeah. Yeah.
There was like one or two people that had a 3DFX Voodoo card, and that
Right.
card would go alongside your regular graphics card,
Yep.
and you'd run a pass-through cable with it.
Yep.
And we were
Yep.
just all blown away by what that could do. And it was like, man, check that out. And then if you had a 17-inch monitor, that was even the big deal. If you were the hot
Oh,
stuff if
yeah.
you had the
Yeah.
17-inch monitor at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. A 17-inch monitor. Those were CRTs. Those things weighed about 200
Yeah.
pounds.
Oh my God. Yeah. You
I
couldn't
I
pick one
still
up by yourself.
I got a CRT around here somewhere still that I think it's over there. I may have thrown it out. I may have finally got rid of it. Because when I reset up the office to move back in here, I had so many parts and different parts of computers that were tore apart. I just ended up chunking them all
Hmm.
because they were like, nothing any good anymore.
What was the brand that was it ViewSonic that had the colorful little bird as their
Yeah,
logo?
ViewSonic.
That
Yeah,
was the one everybody wanted at the time.
right.
That was the
That was that man. They were the first one to
very
really
good
come out with
monitors.
the LCD look. I had a ViewSonic. I mean that was really some awesome color because I started out doing flight sim.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
you know, and I am looking forward to Flight Sim 2020. I got to tell you,
Man, have you seen it?
Yes, and I got to do something today that I had never done before. Uh, my youngest son Patrick, youngest son we have here, uh, he he has a new gaming system, and he got one of these VR headsets,
Oh yeah,
and
okay.
we
Oculus?
yeah, and he's got it for his plugged into his system. It's got these little controllers, and
Right.
I mean it's a smoking setup,
Yeah,
and
it's nice.
but I had never used one other than to play with the one my grandson has that runs off of.
The phone one? The one
Yeah,
you put the phone in?
well,
Yeah, yeah,
he
that's
has one that was self-contained, but
oh, okay,
it ran
okay.
off of his tablet or something. And
Okay,
but this
okay.
one is hooked up to his big PC, and he hooked it up to X-Plane today.
Oh
Well,
man, yeah.
I have X-Plane 12 I think it's 12. It's what he does too. And I've done flight sim for years, but I put that thing on because I had yesterday. The 4th was my daughter-in-law's birthday, but she works, so I took her card and some money over to her and wished her happy birthday today.
Yeah.
And she
Happy
says you got to go see
birthday.
what, you got to go see what he's got. So I went in there and
Mhm.
he set it all up, and of course he didn't have his joystick calibrated properly and everything, but that was okay. I sat there and I started looking around, and I banged my head on the desk because I didn't have my glasses on. I was trying to read this little
Oh
thing.
no.
And the way you do it is you lean forward to just
Yeah,
like,
and it
yeah.
zooms in. Yeah.
And awesome, bam. Oh, God.
Man, yeah, I had the little one that you can get for like that you put your phone in that does
Right,
like
right, right.
the cardboard, Google Cardboard,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
there's
And
one where you're standing in a train station
right.
and you look around and you see these trains. Well, I put it on Tater Tot because he likes trains a lot, and he was
Hmm.
walking around trying to touch the trains,
Right.
and he just couldn't figure out why. And he'd lift up the goggles and look and see that it wasn't real. And oh, it was hilarious. I wish I could have got it on video, but
Oh,
he
that would have
then
been
I
great on
couldn't get it
video.
away from him.
But
He wanted
this
to keep it.
this thing was so cool because I started looking around. I was like, oh, hell, I've never seen the top of this cockpit before. Oh, what?
Yeah,
Look, and I'm looking like, oh, and then I look at the back seats, and it's like, God, it was so real. It
yeah.
was,
That
and this was just awesome. I mean, I'm not going to go out and get one. I'm not spending $500 for a friggin' headset that I might wear once in a while. You know, if I'm going to spend $500, I'm going to buy a decent headset that I can do some FPV flying with. You know,
oh yeah.
should
That's
I ever decide to do that right now? But anyways, let me get back to it a little bit here. We got Coast to
okay.
Coast Drones. All right, Bill Thomas from Coast to Coast Drones. Glad to have you. We got Artco,
Yeah.
and we got the famous Chris Hope, my
Chris
nephew.
Hope, my buddy,
Yeah,
what's going on, bud?
and yeah. Uh, let's see. Anybody else slip in? Of course, Oz by drone, but you guys knew he was coming in because he said he was. So
Oh
that was
yeah,
good. Uh, I have a blast
the
with him. We
Showtime.
Yeah. So, anyways, what else have you been doing besides working and uh,
Well, I've been there's a guy placed it here, Ken. I know you were on
yeah,
he was on
yeah,
your show a while back. He
yeah.
and I have been doing a lot of flying on the weekends.
Okay, cool.
And he's got a tiny hawk, and he's got a 5-inch Emax hawk, I think it is,
Right, right, right,
that runs a 4S. And so what he would do is he would put the tiny hawk in the air and fly it, and he'd put the goggles on me. And so I'm just like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever, you know. And it made me just want to get one. But I got my dog here. Come here, Louie. Let me show you my dog since everybody else has been showing their dogs off.
Yeah.
Come here, buddy. This is my dog, Louie.
Oh, is that a French bulldog?
Yeah, he's a French bulldog,
Yeah.
and he loves eating drones. If there's a drone in the air, he will do his very best to try to eat it. And so my son's got a little little uh, striker drone. It's nothing but it's kind of like the one that Kelly likes to fly, the SEMA.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, I'll grab it real quick. But anyway, this thing is a testament to Tough.
Yeah,
He has mauled this drone at least 10 times
yeah,
because it doesn't go up in the air fast enough for him to
right.
miss it. So he'll catch
Uh,
it every
That's
time.
that's actually the SEMA 5. I mean,
Yeah,
Stryker makes it. It's a brand. It's who's selling it, but SEMA makes that. I will bet you anything that's a SEMA 5.
it looks
It,
exactly like
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's they SEMA has made $1 million off of drones. Selling those.
Oh yeah.
And you can buy those at Walmart or Walgreens. Uh,
Yeah, this one was $25 or something like
yeah,
that. It was really cheap, you know.
yeah, they're real cheap now. First ones that came out, I've still got my X5W, I think is what it is. Yeah, because it's got Wi-Fi, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, my dogs chased some of my very first videos I ever put up here for with drones. Is my dogs chasing the darn things because they don't like them.
No,
And
you know what's
they
funny is if he hears the beep when you turn the
right.
controller on and you bind the controller with it, it makes that beep. When he hears that beep, it's like immediate alert. And he's one of the laziest dogs I've ever had. But he will get up off his butt when he hears that beep. And my son thinks this is the funniest thing in the world. And I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, get back to Ken, place it here. He had his Tiny Hawk out in the backyard here at the house and flying
Right.
it, and my son accidentally let Louis out of the back door
Oh
into the
no.
backyard. So, oh yeah, Ken freaked out because he was like, "Oh my God, catch my drone, catch my drone!" So he shut it off, and we were able to catch it before Louis could get back in the house or get a hold of it. So I was thinking, please don't get that drone. I don't want to buy this man a new tiny whoop because my dog ate it.
I had to shut my mic off because I'm connecting something here, and yeah, there we go. Let's see. But this is what I showed it on Mel Show. Let me see if I can bring it up. But
Okay.
oh, there we go. This is what I got,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
cool.
yeah, it's
R2D2.
yeah, it's put out by Spiro, and so it's controlled. And I can let me see if I can find the. There we go. This one? Nope, that's not it. There we go. See, it'll.
Oh yeah. Yes, that is cool. Man, it sounds just like him too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that is really cool. So can you control it? It rolls around and
Oh
stuff?
yeah, yeah. I'm just holding it because yeah, it's got the treads. This is the middle
Oh
leg that
yeah,
pop.
okay.
This one here it pops out and puts it in a
Like a tripod stance?
yeah, puts it in the tripod stance. I don't know if it'll do it now or not.
Man, that is too cool. Oh yeah, I need one of those.
Yeah, they got me that for my
I need one
birthday
of those.
in September. So yeah,
Well,
I'll
happy
switch it.
happy late birthday to you, man.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, it
I
was
know I've
just
told you that before, but
yeah, and I appreciate it, but I had to show that out because it's RC.
that's
It's
too cool, man. Yeah. Does it run on rechargeable batteries or double A's or
no,
triple A's?
it's rechargeable. It's
Oh, it's
all stuff.
rechargeable.
Yeah, you just plug it in. Plug it into a USB port, and
Oh man, that is too cool.
oh yeah,
How long does
and
how long does it last usually?
oh, I don't know. I ran it
You
for
hadn't run the
probably.
battery down yet?
I haven't run the battery down yet. It got a little sluggish, but I think it's because the treads got dirt. Because dog hair. You got to watch that stuff.
Yeah, I believe me, I know. Have you seen the little
No,
robot
Matt.
that Jeff
Princess Leia
Sills
does
has?
not come with it. Do what now?
Oh man, I was talking about the little robot that Jeff Sills bought for his kids. It's
No.
Vector, I think is the name of it. They're really hard to get, but it's got artificial intelligence built in to where it can recognize you when you walk up and it'll know who is who.
Ooh.
And you can get one for about $70 on some sites.
I think I remember seeing something about that on. Didn't he put a video up about that?
Yeah, and it recharges itself and
Yeah.
everything. It has Alexa built into it.
Right. Right. Oh
I,
yeah.
I would love
Yeah.
to get one of those for took Colton. He would love that.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I was going to do, and I talked about it a little bit, is I know everybody is. You've seen the Skydio, right?
Yep. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want
let me
one.
get over here. I've got, and I'm going. The link is in the description. Okay. I want you guys to go see this and watch the full video. I'm just going to give you some excerpts, and I took the sound out because well, I don't know why the sound didn't come through, but there's a point here I'll try and tell you. But I'm going to start this video, so let me make sure I get you switched over. So here's the video. All right.
Yeah, I saw this. He gets to the point where he's going to run out of gas.
Yeah, that's the one. And
how did he get that?
Do what?
How did he get over this? What's that?
I contacted him, and let me turn the music down. Let's see which. Okay, I contacted him as soon as I saw this. I had it pop up somewhere. And this guy is he's a beta tester. He's one of the only ones I knew about, and everybody was talking about, well, let's see what it looks like when we get our hands on it. Okay, that thing flew and missed that bridge. Now there's a point coming up here which I wished I had the sound to it. This is like a 15-minute video, and I've only got 3 minutes of it because I didn't, I cut it up and put it together. And but this guy, he's not a drone guy.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's a bike
he does motorcycles and metal detecting. This is not the usual suspects of guys that get drones, but he has a Skydio 1. He does a lot of video with that, and they sent him the Skydio 2. So this is from his video, hands-on application. This isn't this is not the promo stuff that Skydio put out. This is his video.
This is a real person using
this
it.
Is a real person. This is from his. There's the Skydio that was in the. I was pointing at the screen like you guys could see it, but anyways, there's a point there. Now this part here was hilarious. You've got to go see it.
I remember that.
Okay.
He was saying, "Don't go in the backyard."
Bad drone. Don't go into somebody's yard. Yeah. But I asked him to get on if he could come on the show, and he didn't say, but he told me he'd to feel free to use his stuff, and the link is in the description. And I want to thank this guy. It's bakerxderek is his name. And here he is. Look at this. This is what amazes me. Scares the hell out of me, too.
Yeah.
But the point is, this is an everyday guy. This isn't a drone guy. This isn't Kelly Shores. Nothing against any of them, Or this isn't a big... I mean, he's got 500,000 subscribers,
Oh, wow.
But it's not for his drone stuff, although he does. I mean, look at the way that thing's made, And then...
It looks like it's built really well.
And then it comes with this. This is what it comes with, A nice case.
Oh, that's cool.
Look at that. And
dang, that is too cool.
Look, just boom, pop off,
Battery
put it together.
Out.
Yeah. And
man, that is too cool.
Oklahoma Drone says, I'd give up my Mavic if Skydio sent me a drone. Yeah,
exactly.
But when you think about it, the price of it, this is where I said check him out. And please do, guys.
bakerxderek. Give him some love, y'all.
Because he was very nice to me. I contacted him through Twitter, and he says, absolutely, just go ahead and use it. And I said, because I'd love to have you on my show, but I'd really like to, because I started looking, and we were all seeing the same thing. No offense to the drone guys, but they're I've never considered myself a droner, although I'm very friggin' interested in this Skydio. But
Me too. Too.
the thing is that we see the same people doing the same thing, but we don't see a just
Yeah.
good old boy like you and me. And
Yeah.
this guy, he's riding a mini bike down through. He's from
That's
San
a really cool
Bernardino.
mini bike
Yeah,
too.
it is. When I first saw it, I wrote him and I said, I put a comment. I said, I got a question. Either you're very tall or that's a really small bike. And he wrote back. He
Yeah.
says, It's a small bike." And he told
Yeah.
it's a Honda. I forgot what it is now. A Honda. It's one of the Honda lines, but it's like a dirt bike, And
Yeah. It's dry
but it's
street and dirt. I think he
yeah,
rode
it's
it on the
street and
street.
dirt. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Very
I'd
cool.
call it a mini bike, but
Dual
it's
purpose.
dual purpose. And uh, I apologize if any of you look at that video and you see what he has resting over on his handlebar there attached to his key ring. Yes, it's because I showed it to Greg the other night because I was talking to Greg about it, and I said, he goes, "Is that a?" And I said, "Uh huh." I hadn't
Yeah.
noticed it, but he kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
he
I
does.
noticed the air horn he had on there,
Right, right, and
and then that's where he put the beacon.
thank you, Matt.
The,
It's a Grom. Yes,
a
that's it.
Grom. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Honda
Man,
Grom.
I would love to have one of those. It looks like so much fun.
Yeah, and the thing is that thing is autonomous, and there's been a lot of talk about this. But I saw this guy. I actually, Greg tried to get me to pop up with it like Friday night or Saturday, because I
Hmm.
showed it to him, and I said, this guy's giving me the approval. I've talked about it, but I want to get his permission to before I showed it, and you guys can see it out
Sure.
there. It's just that it wasn't in the regular venue of drone stuff.
Everybody had the same 2 minute video.
Yeah,
I mean, they were talking about the Skydio, but everybody had the same 2 minute video aside from like Drone Valley, and he goes into way more
he's
detail than most people will
that's what
because he's an engineer.
right. That's what Matt was saying. He says he's a very outgoing motor vlogger, and
Yeah.
he's he said he lives near San Bernardino, or was he
Hmm.
San Getadino?
San Berdue.
San
I used to
Bergetto.
live in
San
that
Bergetto.
area. We
Yeah.
call it San Berdue,
Yeah,
but
that's what we
when I
call
was
it.
in the military, we lived in that area, and I was in
Yep.
Colton, California, which was right between San Bernardino and Redlands,
Yeah, I was
somewhere
up
in there.
at
They call it the foothills.
I was up at George Air Force Base. So,
Okay, that's cool.
before it shut down. Matter of fact,
To
most of the
me, I
bases I've
think
been to
this is.
do it.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say most of the bases I've been to have shut down except for Davis Motham.
Man, that's so sad. My buddy was a CH-53 mechanic in the Marines, and the base that he was at in Corona was shut down.
Right.
And someone had did a video, a drone video of it, and I sent him that video, and he's like, "Man, I just brought back so many memories for me." And he
Yeah.
said hates to see it in the state that it's in, but
I know.
when the
I know.
military scaled back, they shut down so many of those bases.
Right, right. And
Good
hello
memories,
to
though.
Jeff Ellenberger. And if I didn't say it before, Art, hello. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
But I'd been sitting on this video for almost since the day it came out. And I knew I was going to be able to show it, and I wanted to edit it. And I was like, and, Greg says, you need to go live and show it now. Because everything we saw was the same 2 minutes. Everybody was reviewing it.
Yeah.
But
I think it'll get more people to buy the drone because the fear that people have, hey, it's a lot of money that you got flying there.
right,
And a lot of people are intimidated by that much drone because they don't want to crash it, obviously.
right.
And, this gives people the confidence to know that, hey, if I buy this, it's pretty much going to fly itself within reason,
Yeah, Matt, I think it is a sign. Every place I went to shut down. Yeah, I think it is a sign.
It's a sign. It's like that. What's that movie where the person walks, all the vegetation and stuff dies?
Oh God, what was that movie?
You remember that?
Yeah. I remember it. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
But like we
Yeah,
were
I
talking
can't.
about earlier, I can't remember what I had for breakfast. So,
Yeah, I can't either.
but I
Yeah,
really wanted to.
that's
I'm really looking forward to this drone coming out. I want to see some people within their hands, And
yeah,
this is the first
yeah.
guy that I've seen with it out there, and he's not in like it's unless I don't even know how I found him because I don't usually follow motorcycle stuff, but it popped up in my
I did a
recommendations.
search for Skydio too,
Yeah,
and all of these popped up, so I started watching them all,
right,
And
right.
I saw that, and I was like, well, how does he have it and nobody else does? That was my
Yeah.
question because I thought, well, it's
Well,
not out yet.
yeah, what it is he's had it for a month. He had it
Ah,
for over a
okay.
month. He's a beta tester, and he has been supporting Skydio since they first came out with the Skydio 1, and he uses it a lot in his channel. And
Okay.
if you go back and look at some of his other videos, you'll see him with the Skydio 1. And it's impressive too, you know. But
Yeah, it's very
he
impressive.
just said, he says in this video, he says, I've now got my new drone. He says, I have been so
Hmm.
excited to talk about this. And now that they've announced the release, I can talk about it. And this was the first video he did. Right after they announced the release, he went out and did this video. And
Yes.
he has another one there that's a shorter clip, but for some reason I couldn't get it to download right. So, but check the guy's channel out. It's
Hmm.
bakerxderek, and you know, just tell him you saw if you see a video you like and you comment, just tell him you saw it on the Grumpy Vlogger channel, and uh, he was very. My question is, what application would it be the average drone hobbyist? What would it be to the average drone hobbyist? Uh, well, as a hobbyist, yeah, I could see using it to a professional. Now that might be
Hmm.
different. It's great if you're doing action, but I
Hmm.
think I'm answering back from the skies question. I don't think this is for the average drone hobbyist. I think this is for the average person that might have interest other
Yeah.
than just doing drone footage, but they want to have footage, because like I said, this guy's a motorcycle guy.
Hmm.
And look at the video he can take,
And
and
plus, it gives you that extra confidence because it has a bubble around it, a
yeah,
3 meter
it's
bubble
yeah,
that it has, and you can lower that apparently. As they said that they're looking in the future to lower that bubble around it
right, yeah.
for
Well,
other applications.
that part where it goes through the yard, that thing cuts over into the
Hmm.
yard to because
Hmm.
it's doing a side flight, okay, and he starts scolding us, bad drone, don't ever go into somebody's
Yeah,
yard. He says some poor gal sitting out there sunbathing, and this thing goes zip right
she
through
gets
her.
bugs. Oh,
you know,
yeah, I think it,
for
and the camera can look straight up too.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't have your typical gimbal. That's the thing. It doesn't
Yeah.
have that floppy little shaky thing. It's really pretty solid.
Hmm.
And from what I understand is they are working on getting it to use ND filters. The way that's set up,
Ooh,
uh,
yeah.
they're going to be able to put ND filters on. They kind of designed it that way. But they've already sold out of the ones that are coming out next month. That's sold out. The ones coming out first quarter of 2020, that's sold out. They're well on their way to selling out second quarter 2020.
Man, can you imagine?
And
What do
they've
you
only
think
announced it a
DJI is
week
going
ago.
to do?
Do what?
What do you think DJI is going to do? You know they're going to have to respond,
They're going to
and
come
they
up with
they
something.
sometimes will sit on stuff and then wait till somebody else comes out with a drone, and
Well,
then they'll release something behind it that's like that they've been sitting on.
let me ask you and let me ask some of the other people because, as I said, I'm not a drone guy. I'm a vlogger, but I know a lot of people in the drone world, and I feel blessed to know all you guys. A good part of you are subscribers, but how much did you hear about the Skydio 2 before it came out?
Zero. I didn't hear anything about it.
How about the rest of you guys? Any of the rest of you guys hear anything about it?
Yeah, there wasn't any releases or renderings or leaks or anything that I can
Yeah,
think of.
that's was their secret. I'd heard of the
Ah,
Skydio 1 and I heard rumors of people talking about Skydio, but I thought they were talking about the Skydio 1. Then all of a sudden,
yeah.
slam bam, thank you, ma'am. Here we go. We got a new one out. And it's like, oh my God. And so that's,
DJI was like, "Holy
yeah.
cow!"
Chris Hope says none. Yeah. I think everybody was
Hmm.
astounded. And I think DJI is on the same. Yeah, nothing exactly. Nobody heard squat until last week, and they
Yeah.
didn't just announce we're going to make one. They announced we're going to make one.
Sure did.
You can pre-order it now, and you'll get, if you get in the first batch, limited supply, limited run. Rick Halber said a little bit. Yeah. I've been hearing Skydio's name toss around, but I hadn't heard about the Skydio 2 until, or really known anything about it until they announced it,
Mm-hmm.
And but I've been hearing rumors and insinuations of the Skydio, but good God, I mean, they just came out of nowhere, and the first day they sold out their first batch.
Man, they hit a home run. They checked every box that
They did.
DJI couldn't check. They did, and I like the fact that it's bringing competition to the drone community. That just makes everything better. Prices will go cheaper for people, and I
Matt,
think DJI is going to be coming out with something.
and as Matt says, DJI has 1 million people working for them. Hard to keep all those people quiet. Yeah,
Yeah,
the best kept
you don't leak
secret
the
is the
drone.
one nobody knows.
That's right.
Because you tell one person, it's no longer a secret. It's guaranteed.
That's right.
Uh,
That's right. I think DJI is probably going to be. They're scrambling right now. If they don't have something in the bag, they're scrambling.
Carlos says,
How
by
can we buy
second
this
quarter
company?
2020, they'll come out with the Skydio 13.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's American made, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the price point.
Yes.
$999. Okay,
Good price
it cost you about say $150, $1,300 to get the
Well,
whole package,
Yeah.
But how much is a Mavic Air going for right now?
Oh gosh.
$999, and then you get the flat.
$6.99.
I think they went up in price.
Oh, did they? Okay.
The
I don't
Mavic
know.
Air, yeah, it went up. It jumped.
I didn't know that. Glad I
yeah.
got mine cheaper.
Well, part of it has to do with their thing is part of it's supposed to have to do with the embargo or the
Trade embargo.
yeah, whatever
Or
it
the-
is that yeah, not the trade
Yeah.
embargo, but the
federal regulations that were
the
brought
federal
down.
regulations. No, about the the taxation, the tax thing, the import tax. Yeah, the import tax.
Yeah. Yeah, that is going to be cool, man.
Thunderbird
I
6
think
says,
that
here's the thing, it actually works.
yes, it
And
very much. I can't wait to see what everybody's going to do with this thing, man.
Also, they did team with Anafi. That is the Anafi controller, in case any of you guys want to know that.
Okay, it looks just like it.
Yeah, it is. They teamed with Anafi. The tariff. Thank you, Chris Hope. Old fart disease here. Yeah,
Who
they
was the
teamed
engineer on that? Wasn't he? Didn't he work for
three
Oculus?
three MIT graduates. If you watch that whole thing, he has a lot more detail in it with all the
There was one of them used to work for Apple
Carlos,
or
he's answering my
somebody
question,
or a company
Yeah.
as a programmer. I can't remember
Yeah.
the name right offhand.
Yeah, I think
But-
they there's a couple out there. You catch, if you ain't careful, you'll catch an advertisement for something that's not for that, and you think, oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is the guy. He quit working for IBM or somebody and went on to program drones. And
Yeah.
what it is for a Chinese knockoff of some piece of crap that for
Yeah.
like $29.99. 3 easy
Yeah, I've
payments.
seen so many Mavic Pro, and when you
Yeah.
get them, they're like this big.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Carlos, what he was saying, he was giving me the word tariffs because I couldn't think of that. It wasn't that
Yeah.
we were talking about DJI and the Mavic Air going up because of the tariffs, and Chris was helping me find the word. So
I think the military can't buy those anymore, right?
no, that's not the case either. Right now, all right, there has been some misinformation, and Jim Boyd and I talked about this. One of the other channels came out and said, "Is this the end for all these drones?" Blah 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 blah. No, that bill has not been enacted yet. It's only been proposed. It hasn't even gone for a vote in front of the Senate or the House.
Okay.
So it's not even
it's-
finalized. It's just Senate Bill number 129 sitting on somebody's desk waiting.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
it takes another. It's going to take like another 6 months or a year and a half or half a year. I think it's going to be. I think it's 6 months, 180 days after it has been signed by the president before it goes into effect. And there are exceptions. Let's say they're out in the field and suddenly their drone crashes and they've got to have that intel right there on the spot. They can run down to the DJI store and get one.
I got you. Okay.
So,
and
yeah.
plus, if you had one, it probably would be grandfathered in.
Right.
If you
yeah.
can prove
And
you
that
bought it
is
before.
only for the off-the-shelf versions. Okay?
Okay.
That means they can't go down to the Radio Shack and buy one.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And, yeah, it's fake news, you know, and...
fake news!
Yeah. There's a lot of it out there. There's a lot of people get in a panic about, they end up just sucking lemons over the whole thing, But
yeah, and I'm thinking DJI has got so much money. Would you really want to shoot yourself in the foot by pulling information that you shouldn't be pulling, or
Well, the problem with DJI.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. You got kids. That's fine. It's
all right. Go in there, Daddy's talking.
It's real life.
Yeah. Come here.
Real life
you want
comes
to say
before
hi?
Anything.
This is Tater Tot. This is my son Colton. That's Tater Tot.
Tater Tot.
Tell him hi.
Hey, Colton. I've got a great grandson by the name of Colton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, go in there with Mama.
One of the 11. I can't tell you which one he belongs to. With 20 grandkids and 11 great-grandkids, I can't tell you whose is whose anymore.
Yeah.
But how old is he?
He's 5 years old. He just started kindergarten.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're definitely, he's got a little bit of he's going to learn some speech because he can't say the word "the." So.
Well, was it?
You know how certain kids are. He says, duh.
Yeah. Well,
duh.
Believe it or not, I had to go to, you wouldn't think it to hear me talk now, but I actually have a stutter, and I had to go to speech therapy. Yeah. Yeah. The only time my stutter's bad is when I get around somebody else who stutters.
Isn't that weird how that happens?
Yeah. I played in a bluegrass band. And I did not know the bass player, and he and I were sort of the comedians of, bluegrass band's got to have some joker, right? And he and I used to just play. Well, he comes in one night, and apparently he'd had a bad week or something, and his stutter kicked in.
Oh, yeah.
And he got to stuttering, and I looked at him, I said, I didn't know you stuttered. He says, yeah. He says, but I hide it pretty well. I said, okay. He says,
yeah.
Are you making fun of me? I said, no, I'm a stutterer too.
Yeah.
Finally, we had to take a break. He went to one end of the building, I went to the other, and they talked to us for a minute. We got our mind off, and we came back, busted up laughing, and went on with the show. Because we couldn't quit stuttering.
And I didn't mean to, but when you talk to somebody and sometimes you stutter because you hear them stutter, but you're not making fun of being more empathetic.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you automatically attune to that, and me having a stutter problem, that's why I tend to talk fast, because I can slide past words. Past those ones I have trouble with, But,
that's like Mel Tillis, he was a famous stutterer.
Oh, yeah.
But they can sing beautifully, and they don't stutter when they sing at all.
Yeah, I've known a lot of people that were stutterers that could sing unbelievably well. And here's the thing about Mel Tillis. He can talk without stuttering.
He probably turns it on and off.
He can turn it on and off because he's been through speech therapy. And because I've actually went to his and his daughter's show. And
cool.
And got their autographs and all that, and that's how he overcame. It's what Oklahoma Drone says. That's how he overcame it, was the singing. That's how a lot of guys. But when my MS first hit, my system just completely went and shut down, and oh my God, I could not finish a sentence. I mean, it was just impossible. And Judy and my daughter would start finishing for me. And
they knew how you think anyway.
Yeah, they knew. They did. Yeah, they knew what I was trying to say. It's like, there was a point where, and that's probably why I talk so much now, is because I know that it could come back, and I'm trying to get through it as fast as I can before.
Hey, that's the
But,
best way to do it. They say is just to work through it.
and that's it. So I also have something else that I do on the show that, because believe it or not, we've done an hour already and plus.
What?
So yeah,
Wow,
yeah, I know.
man, time flies,
This,
doesn't it?
yeah, but let me see if these buttons work right. Everything's going to happen, and I'm going to try this. And this is my shout out of the week.
All right.
So, it's hard to find a picture of you, and I wish that thing would come down a little further. I'm going to have to learn to adjust those pictures better. But you are my shout out of the
Well,
week
thank
because,
you.
one, I appreciate you being here,
I'm
and
always here when I can. It's my highlight of the weeks to getting on these streams.
you, as I said, was, as we talked about earlier, you were one of my very first guests. I think even before Mel. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Actually,
And then I
yeah.
was on Mel's show right after yours because he
Right.
drove over here, and we were actually at the lake in his mobile command center
Right. Yes, that was it.
doing
Yeah.
that. We were trying
Yeah.
to get the internet going, and our backup plan was just to take everything to my house and hook it up in here in the
Right.
office. And
Yeah.
he didn't want to do that unless we had to because it would have been a pain in the butt. But
Yeah. Yeah.
he got it going.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a
So,
good dude.
but yeah, it's like time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, it's been wow, this has been one quick hour. But I know a lot of guys thought I was going to have something super special, but no, I don't have a Skydio. I wished I did, but I did
Man,
want to get. Yeah, you're right. I do have to write the checks in the mail. By the way, Mark. Uh, uh,
it's not tricky this time, is it?
huh? No,
It's not straight.
no,
Okay.
no. This one's not made out of rubber. That last one, I think, still bouncing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Colton grabbed it and made a toy out of it.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, it's probably
Yeah,
wouldn't be good for you. Oh man, I've had a ball with you on here tonight. This has been one of the
yeah.
fastest hours I've ever gone through. I mean, I always enjoy the show. I always enjoy the people in the chat, and I do. I was here just recently. I was really considering just chucking it all, you know. But I enjoy doing the live stream once a week, and I enjoy going on, Mel and Art show, and I
Hmm.
like doing my vlogs. But yeah, I noticed Rick, and Rick, thank you for all that, putting that up there.
That's
He's
right,
been
man.
putting up, trying to get me up over 700. I have been beating my head against the wall to get that 700 mark. I actually was within 6 points of it about a week and a half ago, and then all of a sudden something happened, and I was down to 688. Like,
Well, I know that some people on the YouTube, I have the bell turned on your channel, and
right,
sometimes when you start live streaming, it doesn't give me the
yeah.
notification. So I tell people to go in there, unring the bell, and ring it again, and then that should reset it,
Well,
hopefully.
I know, like, I watch most of these on my iPad, and the bell has never really worked well on that. So I'd have to come in here, ring the bell on here. But I've noticed that they fixed that. So I think
Oh, good.
maybe either the YouTube app's working better or they've YouTube's working better. I doubt that,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, next time if we do it again, I'll give you a little inventory of some of my toys.
yeah. So we didn't even get to that. You know,
No,
we
no.
just we talked about the Skydio, and that was kind of what I was wanting to talk about
That
tonight. It was
patio is exciting, and I was going to
yeah,
show you on my hat.
yes, that was the first thing we talked about before the show even started. That's your and
There's my
guys,
hat.
when is Spin Up? The
October the
19th.
19th.
19th, guys. If you haven't bought your tickets, please go to buy them. Chris, I know you've been putting stuff up there, but if you no,
Do the
T
show
Bird,
naked.
I just saw what he wrote up there.
I just
No.
seen that too. Are you sure?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Please no.
Let me just, oh, all right, let's
Uh,
get some super chats going.
yeah. Well, if I had super chats, that would be nice. But yeah,
If you like
but you
pay to keep them.
But next time, if you guys see somebody and you say, "Hey, you want to watch a stupid old fart make a fool of himself?" Tell them about my shows on Monday nights. And that will help out. Let them know where I'm at, and you know, I appreciate all the support I get. And be honest with you, I thought when I started this, I'd never get past 100, and that still, in my opinion, is the
Monumental.
most exciting number you get to on
Exactly.
YouTube, as far as I'm concerned, because that's when you now get a custom name, you get
Yeah.
all of that. It's the beginning of recognition, and then everything after that is just nothing but a fight. You gotta
Yeah.
work your butt
Well,
off.
I think I've been doing it for a year and a half. I don't put out as much content, but I think I'm just hit 200 not long ago. Of
Yeah,
course, I'm not looking to be a record breaker. This is just fun for me. I could care less, but I
I
was glad to be able to change my name because it used to
yeah,
be Rogers Foster Dogs. It was a channel we
right,
used to adopt dogs out whenever we ran a dog rescue,
right,
and
yeah.
we gave
Next
that
time
up
you're
because
on, I want to talk about your experience with dog rescue too, because
yes, absolutely.
I know we touched on it the first time you were here, but we hadn't talked about it in a long time, and uh, but we are going to have you on again. We're going to have to get together and do this again, and uh,
Yeah, I'd be happy to tell you all about it and tell you about my buddy Rudy here. This was
oh,
the pit bull that started it all,
oh wow,
and
that's a
'cause I was completely against pit bulls because and then I did a lot of research and she brought him home. He was dying and we saved him, and that was the best dog I ever had. He ended up being a therapy dog,
oh, that's
certified
awesome.
therapy dog. So yeah,
That's awesome,
they can be
and
trained. It's not bad dogs, it's bad owners.
yeah, it is. It really is. Any dog's that way. And T-Bird
Yeah.
says, yes, congratulations. He just hit 101, and
All
good for
right,
him.
T-Bird.
Don't forget to register and get your name registered if you haven't already. So,
Yeah.
uh, and there's Andrew Silver Fox again. Is that Silver Fox or Silver Fox? It's missing an L if it is, but if it isn't, that's okay.
Silver
It's
Fox.
Silver Fox. Yeah, okay.
Silver
And I
Fox.
probably butchered that name too, which, you know, uh, but there was somebody I saw the other day, and they said something about they called themselves a redneck, and found out they're from like Michigan. I said, they got rednecks in Michigan? Well, yeah, but
Man,
not the
there's
not
rednecks
the kiss your
everywhere.
cousin kind that y'all have down south. And I said, wait a minute.
Yeah. If you think LOL stands for low on liquor, you might be a redneck.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
do
It's
this
just
quote of the day every day at work, and we always come up with something funny like, if at first you don't succeed, then maybe skydiving isn't for you. You know, just little
okay.
things like that.
Speaking of, yeah, I was watching this guy the other night, and he had some idioms of the English language, you know, and
Yeah.
things that we say in idioms, things that sayings.
Hmm.
Do you know what the word tips stand for? Like for when you leave a tip, leave tips for something. Do you know
Ah,
how that got started?
no.
In the old pubs where they, fix the food and everything. Uh, let's see. Now my mind's went blank. Something. It's what it stands for is. Now I've got to look it up. Damn it. Boy, I hate when I do that. I had it on the tip of my
That's all
tongue until
right.
I went to say it.
I like doing those kind of things too. There was a book we had that was the commode reading book of 101 things that you always wondered where the saying came from,
Right, right. Yeah.
like
Now I know what
training
it is.
cats and
It tips, TIPS, to ensure prompt service.
service. Ah, okay, that makes
TIPS,
sense.
to ensure prompt. And you left a
Prompt
tip
service.
in the box as you walked in. That way you were going to get
Ah,
prompt service. Now we do it after because we're praising them for their job well
yeah,
done,
you're
But in the,
rewarding them based on the
right,
service you got.
right. But it
Mm-hmm.
used to be, but yeah. And another one was uh, toe the line or toe the mark. You've heard that saying,
Yeah,
right?
I've heard that saying, but I don't know
Okay.
how it originated.
Well, the way it originates, it comes out of the British Parliament. Actually, originally it started out like, they put a line when you're getting ready to race, so you put your toe on that line, you know.
Right,
But
right.
now it refers to ensure prompt service. Thank you, Artco. Yeah, I had to look it up. But to toe the mark or toe the line, it's like, well, he's part of the Democratic Conservative Party, so but we need to bring him back in here, make him do. He needs to toe the line or toe the mark. What that
Right.
refers to is Parliament used to get in so many fights about stuff that they finally put a red line down the middle of the aisle. It is two
Oh,
sword
wow.
lengths apart. So even if they get in a
Oh,
fight and they're
wow.
only the tips of their swords, they're not allowed to step over the red line. Or,
Oh,
they're not allowed.
that is really
They can
interesting.
put their toe on the line, and that's as far as they can go. So because they
Oh,
get pretty heated over it, it's called towing the line, putting your toe on that line, and you can't cross it. You need to toe the
maybe
line
that's
or
where
toe
the
the mark.
party
The
lines
idea
came
of
from.
party line came from too. Yeah,
That is
that's the
interesting, man.
party line on each side, and they're both painted red, so it's not left or right, or whatever. But because it's
Mhm.
English Parliament, and they still have that. If you ever get a chance to look in uh, the British
In the
Parliament,
Parliament
House of
building? Yeah,
Parliament, yeah. If you see where their galley is at, you'll see that red line
yeah.
going down the middle.
I'll
But
be
anyways,
dang. That is interesting, man.
uh, I that's just more crap I got filling my brain. I won't be able to remember what I had for dinner.
Hey, yeah, you need to defrag your brain there and
I've been saying that
get
for a
rid of
long
some of the
time. I do
crap.
need to defrag it.
Yeah.
But
My wife tells me that sometimes, and I said, "Look, I've got an SSD in my head, so I don't need to worry about
yeah, problem is, the hard drive's getting pretty
there's
full
only
up
many
there.
sleep." Yeah, so many reads and writes I got left.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, Mark, has been absolutely a blast to have you on here, but
Yeah,
we've gone
thank
an
you
hour
for
and
having
16, and I'm trying to keep it down, because,
me. I got
I know are you in Eastern time? You're in Eastern time, aren't you?
I'm in Central Time Zone.
Oh, are you? Okay, okay. So it's still
Good
just
old
8.
Louisiana, home of
Yeah.
Duck Dynasty.
Yes, yes, I knew that. Yeah. And politics, something you pull off a dog. Politics,
Politics.
politics.
I get it. That's about right too.
Ain't it the truth though? But anyways, guys, this has been fun. Mark, I really appreciate you. I've had a blast. And
Yeah, me too.
what I usually do is you've seen the show. I do the timer out. If you want to
Yep.
go, you can, or if you want to hang out until I shut it down, we can visit for a minute afterwards. But if you need to go, that's cool too. But
Okay.
I always come on and say one last final goodbye to everybody. And have you got anything exciting coming up on your channel or anything planned or?
Well, I'm gonna do another pumpkin carving video with Tater Tot and Miss Sweet Tater again, but I don't really have anything. I just kind of do things impromptu as I
Right.
as I get the time to do them because if I plan something, I can guarantee pretty much I'm not gonna have time to do it when it comes time. So now I try to trick myself and just do it when the inspiration hits.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I
So
really
when you
had
work
this.
60 hours a week, you don't have much time to do too much else.
That's
So
true. That's true. And I'm retired, so I have the opportunity. And with that said and done, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring the timer in and let everybody say goodbye. Do its 6-minute thing, and then I'll come back with the final word. If you want to stay here, fine. If you don't, that's cool. I understand.
I just want to tell everybody one thing. To always think positive because you never know how far a pickle will squirt till you step on it.
I've been seeing you put that up lately. That's cracking me up.
That's something my dad always said.
Oh, that's great, man. Uh, I'm definitely having you back on.
Okay,
I'm
man,
gonna,
just holler at me.
yeah, I'm gonna kind of line out a schedule. I've got, I'm not sure. Carlos has been invited on, and I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the schedule whether I'll have him on next week or the week after. But Carlos
That'll
has
be
said
great.
he would come on and. We'll talk some drones then because he
Yeah,
does the FPV thing. So,
I
but
love
anyways,
watching.
yeah, Yeah, they, you know, we've got a great community. That's the thing. You know, just for example, like I said, I brought in that video, and that guy's not a droner, but he was nice enough to let me to use his video to show tonight, and I really, push everybody go over there and watch his videos, and if you haven't subscribed to him, it's bakerxderek. So, and don't forget my co-host here, Mark Rogers. Check out Tater Rogers here, and because he's a funny guy, and he's a fun guy to watch.
Yeah, we
And
try to do the best we can to. Life is too short to spend it being serious the whole time. So
that's
gotta
been
have
my
fun,
problem.
man.
Things got so serious for a little while, I just kind of had to back up, and I'm back at
Yeah,
it again, and having a ball doing it. So, anyways, guys. Be nice to everybody out there. Remember, hit the like. Let's see. I've got a little thing
that's
here.
something up
Remember, this. Oop, where'd it go? There it is. Right there. That thing right there. Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
That way.
You know?
There you go.
All
Oh,
right.
that
There we
way.
go. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Somewhere
no,
down in there.
yeah, somewhere down there. It came across. I almost hit. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot, Mark. And with that, I am going to
Thank
start the
you so much
timer.
for
Y'all
having me.
have a good one. And
All
I'll
right,
catch
love to
y'all.
everybody.
Yep. Y'all take care, guys. I'll catch you in a second or two after the show. And we are going.
Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the ado and kindly view me on YouTube.
My fellow Americans, I am Lloyd Mendenhall, the Grumpy Vlogger. I am running for President of the United States of America in the 2020 election. I will be running on the Indem Republican ticket. I, along with my running mate, James Boyd from Above and Beyond Drones, would like your support. We stand for nothing, and we won't stand for anything. Remember, bite me. Vote for me, and I will set you free. Paid for by the Grumpy Vlogger Campaign Committee, and I approve this message. Thank you. Okay. I think Tater left. Yep. And what a look. Priceless. Guys, thanks a lot. And Tater, man, thank you so much. It was an absolute, it was just an absolute pleasure. And there you go, Bob. No more whinging from you. Anyways, guys, be nice to each other. Think good thoughts. Stay positive. Enjoy. Enjoy the channel. Enjoy what you're doing. Let's have fun. Let's quit being all dramatic about it. All right? Let's just have a good time. And I apologize to anybody I missed in the chat. I just realized I was still on top chat. My bad. Anyways, good night, everybody. I'm out of here. Chris Hope, thank you. I appreciate it. Tater, definitely enjoyed it. All right. Bye-bye for now.